Thomas from Miami as well. TNC Lip Ship Special currently in first place in M class and first overall. Just listen to those two 800 horsepower Zool racing inboards. TNC, the leader in M class. Of course, Airborne is in second place. It's really a two-boat race since Phantom Offshore, an endangered species, retired from the race earlier on. In Pro Outboard, Patriot is the leader. In Offshore C, Romana in first place, followed by Team Powerplay and Ocean Outboard. In Offshore B, Powerplay, followed by Team Cigarette. And here in M class, it's TNC Lip Ship Special. First overall and first in M class. C44 change order, a 28-foot red line powered by two 400 horsepower United Racing inboards with Mercruiser drives. Driver John Peterson from Key West, Florida. At the throttle, Ed Whirling from Summerland Key, Florida. C44 change order. The change order racing team would like to thank their sponsors, who include Mara's Equipment Company, Short Line of the Florida Keys, Crime Busters Inc., United Racing Engines, and Ed Whirling Construction. Change order is currently in second place in the Gold Cup Series. Ed Whirling, by the way, will race C44 in '94. John Peterson and Robert Marinick are moving to the modified class in 1994. You're looking at change order C44. Beautiful jump. Nice jump by change order. Let's do an instant replay here in slow motion. There it is. Nice jump. C44 change order. Nice maneuvering by the crew there. John Peterson and Ed Whirling. Whirling on throttles and Peterson driving. As you watch the bumpy waters, you see how challenging and really highly competitive this race has been. The drivers have really had their hands filled during this race today because of these bumpy water conditions. This is the final leg of the Gold Cup Series, so after this race is over, we will have the final standings in the Gold Cup Series. And of course, in a few weeks, will be the World Championships in Cape Coral, Florida. And we hope that you'll be with us for that, because we are certainly looking forward to covering that. And we know that many of the racing teams that were here today will be competing in Cape Coral, vying for the World Championship. You're looking at C44 change order. John Peterson and Ed Whirling doing a fine job. A121 Off Limits. Off Limits is a 28-foot V-bottom boat powered by two 600-horsepower Chevy inboards with Mercruiser drives. The driver, Ingo Shapiro from Davie, Florida. At the throttle, Orestes Lonenzo from Miami, Florida. Off Limits A121. The Off Limits racing team would like to thank Intense Marine for rigging and maintaining the boat, and also Straight Line Painting. Nice jump there by Off Limits. Fine job by Ingo Shapiro and Orestes Lorenzo of Miami, Florida. There are the crew members in Off Limits. Our helicopter there getting a nice shot, close-up shot. There you see how rough it is out there. And Off Limits. This is the final boat that we will be covering, and very shortly we will have the final results. As we said, this is the final leg of the Gold Cup Series, and we will have the final standings in the Gold Cup Series very shortly. Once again, this has been the 10th annual 1993 Islamorada Budweiser 100. With TNT Lipship Special and Airborne there in the background, the final results of the 1993 Islamorada Budweiser 100 are in. First off, in the modified TNT Lipship Special took first place as well as first overall. In second place, Airborne, followed by Phantom Offshore. In Offshore A, there's Frank's Marine. It took the checkered flag in Offshore A, followed by Team Hog's Breath and Scott Free. In Offshore C, Ramada Inn. There's Ramada Inn. It took the checkered flag in Offshore C, followed by Team Powerplay and Ocean Outboard. In the Pro Outboard, there was Patriot, Melons, and Club One taking third place. In Offshore B, Powerplay took the checkered flag, followed by Team Cigarette and Speed by Design. In the Stock Outboard, Mobile One, followed by Bad Intentions and Slingshot. And finally, in the Loco class, it was Chill Out in first, followed by Swedish Hawk and Power Lips. Now, in the OPBRA Gold Cup Offshore Series, here are the final standings. In the Pro Outboard, Patriot, followed by The Forge and In It to Win. In the Stock, Mobile One took the checkered flag there in first place in the Offshore Series, followed by Courageous Cat and Team Florida. In the modified, Airborne took first place and Endangered Species in second place. In Offshore C, there was Ocean Outboard, Change Order, and Ramada Offshore. In Offshore B, Powerplay Racing, followed by Pittman Photo and Imagine That. In Offshore A, Frank's Marine in first place, Scott Free in second, and Plum Loco bringing up third. Those are the final standings in the OPBRA Gold Cup Series. Well, this is it. This has been the 10th anniversary of the Islamorada Budweiser 100. This was almost a race that wasn't, because we had some rain this morning, drizzling, and well, the weather was not good, and we really were lucky to get this in. The officials said it's a go. The visibility is good, and we had a great race. The waters were somewhat bumpy, so it was highly competitive racing. It was a real challenge for the racing teams. It was very exciting. We only had one real mishap. That was a local boat in the local class. It flipped and submerged, but no injuries. The crew members were fine, so we're very happy about that. Before we go, there are a lot of people that we would like to thank. First off, the staff members from the OPBRA, Mr. Michael Strickland, who is the president, Art Krinner, who is the vice president, the chief scorer, Marlene Nicholson, as well. Of course, Mr. Joe Roth from the Holiday Isle Resort, which did a tremendous job in hosting this event, being the race headquarters. Joe Roth has been doing this ever since this event began, and continues to do just a phenomenal job. Once again, special thanks to Mr. Joe Roth. Also, we'd like to thank the Freeze Frame Video Production crew, which includes Gary Johnson, our cameraman, and Dave Clark, a helicopter pilot from HMC Helicopters. Now, this is Vince Lipari on behalf of Jeff Girardi and Pauline of the Freeze Frame Video Production crew, wishing you a fond farewell from Islamorada, Florida, and we also like to say that we hope to see you either on the 10th and 13th of November for the U.S. Offshore race in Fort Lauderdale, or perhaps at the World Championships in Cape Coral, Florida during Thanksgiving week. Once again, Vince Lupari saying bye, everyone.